Hi guys, welcome back. It's early Sunday morning. I've got a couple of bits to do today. I did good MOTs yesterday, the Bandit and the Sinis, both MOT'd, that's great. What have I got? I'm going to be trying a new original float on the bobber bike over there. So here it is, original Honda part. I have slight concerns. I mean, I bought this from Fowler's Parts. I've used them before. They are good normally. I have slight concern because any of these floats I've seen, they've never been this white. They've always had a kind of orangey or browny tint to them, even kind of new ones. But it should be a genuine part, so we'll see. I'm going to be chucking that in. That costs 55 quid, guys. I mean, that's a lot of money for a little piece of plastic. This clock was sent to me and given to me, really nice. Yeah, one of you guys, Gary, said I've got a clock kicking about in the garage. I never used it. You're welcome to it. And honestly, I really appreciate that and I love it. It's going to suit that bobber so well. I love the fact that it comes around this way. It's brilliant. Yeah, I really hope I can get it to fit. I'm not sure what size fitting this is, but I'm sure it'll work. I'll give that a shot. Really nice. Gary threw in some of these bits and all. Wow. Gary, you're spoiling me. Basic front indicators for the bobber. Keep it simple. I was going to get a set of the 4 same ones, but if they broke that easily last time, then I thought, why bother? And then last but not least, Super B did send me a new battery. This one looks much better than the original. I'd like to know what's changed. If you look at this one, see, that's the one I had with these tops here, and then the new one is actually different. It has a different top and a USB in here for some reason. So I don't really know. I'm going to have a good look at these in a bit. I think I'm going to have to put that back on the CAF because the CAF battery is rubbish. Again, I'm a bit loath to do it because the CAF's not selling for much money. If the eBay advert ends tomorrow or the day after and it hasn't sold, I'm going to be putting this battery on and adjusting the advert or sticking it back on strictly at the price we've got. This moped, I don't really know much about it. It belongs to my brother. I'm just having a quick look over it. I've just chucked the battery on charge just to see if it starts. I know nothing about this moped at all. So that's what we're doing today. I'm just messing with this. I'm just going to turn the key and see what happens on that. I'll film that just in case it starts. And then I'm going to be pulling up the bobber and we'll be getting going with that. Bandit passed its MOT yesterday with the new headlight, that's good, and degreasing of the discs. Okay guys, so all I've done is charge this battery overnight. I'm just turning it over. I don't know anything about this bike at this stage. If it fires up, it'll probably shoot off its side stand. It hasn't got its rear stand. If it fires up, I guess switch it straight off, check the oil, rear tyre's flat, give it a pump and see where you go from there. Maybe give it a quick spin at some point, but let's just turn it over for now and see what happens. Okay guys, you know my curiosity just can't handle not knowing if this will fire up without doing anything at all to it. So I've hooked it to the Bandit battery, which is stronger. Let's kick it over a few times. If needed, I will turn on the power. I will start the Bandit up to give it a bit more power, but let's see. As far as I'm aware, there's no side stand switches or anything to worry about, but I'll take the side stand off just in case. Obviously I haven't checked spark yet, but I will do if I'm fussed. Today's meant to be about the bother. I've only had this issue before with like old tired engines where the piston seized and it's just scraping the bore. Normally once they fire up it cleans itself out and it's ready to go then, and it loops itself and everything like that. At the moment it seems not right. Is the injector isn't being powered, and then the injector isn't opening, letting fuel through, or that's the choke. So after sitting for so long it's not choking at all. It could be either. To be fair, even if it was a busted choke, once I'm spraying flammables through the intake, it should still fire up without choke. So let's see. It's had a lot of crap work done to it, this bike. That wiring was one. Again, I'm not sure about that regulator. It looks fine. It looks fine. It doesn't look original, so you just can't tell. Let me see. You never know. I might turn the key. It might fire up, and then I need to do a longer term solution here. I was hoping I still might be able to get this middle bit out, and there might be enough wiring there to wire it back up if I can push all that through this way. Might be. Let me hook up the battery and we'll see. Obviously I could check spark, but I like doing things the long way around. Sounds terrible, guys. It starts though, so the problem is found. It sounds like it's got knocking in the engine, so I'm going to check the oil in a minute. You wouldn't do anything else. Alright! You absolutely wouldn't do anything else with this bike, guys, until you ordered a dipstick. You gave it an oil change. Do you know what? Let me fire it. I mean, I know I'm completely contradicting myself. Just have a listen closely to the engine. Ooh, what was that? I think that's just idle. Remember, this little moped's done 68,000 miles. Unbelievable. I'm leaving that for now, guys. I'll order a little dipstick, why not? It's an 08 SH125, and I'll check the oil levels. I've got a feeling the oil is too high rather than too low, so we'll check that out. Otherwise, I'm not doing anything with it. I'll order the dipstick. Yeah, that's it. Right, let me pull out the bobber. That's the priority for now. Here it is, guys. Here's the star of the show. Straight out of storage. It looks so funny stripped, doesn't it? Remember, we got the battery stuff sorted. That's fine there. I'm very happy with the battery there. It blends in well. This Hammerite's gone on very well. That will protect that paint for a long time. That's good stuff. New indicators I've got for the front. That's easy. Main thing I'm going to do here, two things. I'm going to see if the CG carb fits. I'm just going to basically mess around, see if it fits, out of curiosity. And I'm going to put the new float into this bowl because we're still having them issues. It's still constantly overflowing, and I tried the good float valve and float from the other bike, which was this one's original, in this carb, which was that one's original, and it didn't work. So I need to kind of work this out. So I'm going to get it out. I'm going to give the seat a good clean like I did on the last one, and put in the new float and the whatever valve I've got, original, new, second hand, I don't know, and hopefully we solve the problem. So give me a couple of minutes. I'm going to pop this off. Okay, guys, let's see what we're actually doing here. So here's the old float. At the moment, if I blow through the petrol tube, it just all seems a bit stiff and not right, and that's probably from my dodgy fix. So we've got our new float here. You've seen it already earlier. It costs stupid money for a piece of plastic. 55 quid, guys, is shocking. I'm sorry, I don't care who you are, what company you are. 55 quid. Doesn't come with a float valve, guys. 55 quid is for that. God. But I think with age, I mean, you can see the colour of this one. With age, I think the plastics here just all wear and move, and then that makes the seating a lot harder, and that, I think that's the problem on this occasion. Let me get this pin out. These pins can be a right pain. Getting them pushed out enough to then grip them. Lucky I got my new puller tools. Very handy. Are we on? There you go. Kapow. Dump that. Check out my dodgy fix to change the, see the metal plates there? I put them on to change the float height. So I'm gonna give this a good clean out like I did on the other bike last week, just in case that's causing issues. I don't think it is, but you just never know. Same process as last time. Clean it. I'll get the Q-tips in there, and then I'm going to be putting on the new float. and seeing where we go from there. I wanted to test. I'm the first person to tell people to test this system here, make sure there's no leaks in it. So I'll be testing that as well. Give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna, what did I say I was doing? I'm gonna clean that out. Okay guys, so new float system's in. Air will be fuel. Fuel will be trickling in right now. What you're seeing is, in theory, it is doing its job. It's cutting off the flow. It appears to be cutting off the flow at the right time. What it's definitely doing is cutting off the flow. So there's no reason now why I shouldn't chuck fuel in there and it should be spilling out. It absolutely shouldn't be. So let me put the bowl back on. I'm just going to bolt it back onto the bike, and then I'm going to test it using the fuel tank. I don't think I have any separate fuel right now, but also the bike needs kind of running and warming up. It's been sitting a week. So yeah, that's the route I'm going to go. Chuck it back on the bike. It takes 2 minutes, guys, and throw the tank on loose and maybe turn the bike over a bit. It needs to loosen itself up. That's where I'm going. You know, in a couple of minutes time I'm going to be moaning because I chucked it all back on the bike and it's still pissing out fuel. So there's plenty fuel in this tank. I haven't switched it on yet. We're looking here, and in about 45 seconds you're going to hear me going, for God's sakes, I can't believe it. Let's see. Right, fuel is on. Fuel is off. I forgot it needs a really tight connection up here, otherwise it spills out. Let me find the clip. Cable tie. The white really suits the aesthetics of this bike, so I'll just leave the cable tie. Right, on. We're watching down there. Remember, 45 seconds. So the carb will be filling up right now. This is what I've said every other time, and then not long after it just started spilling. Seems alright at the moment. Seems okay at the moment. Should we try and fire up? Should we try and get the little guy started? Let it idle a touch. Let it warm itself up and circulate its oil. Let's see. You know what will be interesting now, guys? Seeing if the battery's dead. Remember last time? Let's see if it's drained the battery. Wow, look at that, guys. The throttle's not even connected. Look, check it out. So that's... Wow, that sounds really healthy to me at the moment. I think our extra expensive fix may have done the job there. I mean, I'm probably speaking too soon. But also, we know that the key also needs to be in the off position and not the park position, which just makes sense. Yeah, hey, we're looking good. I sealed up all the exhaust, didn't I? Yes, perfect, not one blow. Excellent. I'm going to get that wrapped at some point. Should we see if we can put any revs in? Honestly, guys, the bike's sounding really healthy to me. Really healthy. I'm very pleased. Yes, we are one step closer. I really want to take it for a spin. Oh, I'm really pleased, guys. I'm honestly really pleased. I love this bike. Sounds beautiful. Sounds absolutely stunning. The exhaust sounds so much better now. It's got rid of the blow down there. Yeah. Oh, what's next? Oh God, I don't know. I need to take off some of the bodywork, that back bit, the tape and the front bit, and start filling in any imperfections and sanding ready for paint next weekend. I'm going to use the 2K black, so it's just 3 or 4 coats, no top coat, and it's petrol resistant and it's gloss. Any imperfections though, I think they'll show quite a lot, so I need to try my best on the prep. But yeah, so pleased with the way it's sounding at the moment. What do you guys think? That's going to be stunning, guys. I wonder if I can get an adapter. I think this thread is wider. So where does it go? It goes down. What's down there? There's tape down there. That's weird. I'm going to have a good look into that. I'm sure this one doesn't work. I don't know actually. I'll pop that off and have a look. But ideally, yeah, I'd want one that fits that or an adapter. I'm now starting to think though, that might not be an option. I really want to make that work. We'll see. Bike sounds so healthy though, guys, doesn't it? Little bit of smoke, nothing I'm concerned with. I'm not overly concerned with the smoke because it hasn't been run for a while. It's got loads of power, and we did the compression test on this, guys, and it was high. It was higher than the cab, and the cab's been rebuilt. Sounds amazing. Sorry guys, but that is a good bike. That bike is stunning. And the carb fix seems to have worked. I'm really pleased about that. That was really getting me down. Because you just can't find other carbs. That's why I ordered that CG carb to see if I could adapt it. And I probably would have made it work somehow. Look at the smoke. Look, this thing just needs a good run, guys. It needs, yeah, just a good blast. Oh, did I go back to park? Off. I need to remember that. Off. Otherwise the battery drains, doesn't it? So, what was I gonna do today? Let's, so we all the indicators were. Where's the on? I don't even know what's on anymore. Right, I think that's on. On. Yeah, all the indicators were back to normal except for this one. This lens, this pole one had just had it. If I'm right. Oh yeah. Oh, did I go the same way? Left. Oh, no, that's right. Hang on a minute. That's left. And that's right. So I've got the wires mixed up. I'll sort that in a minute. That part's easy. See, it's not even worth doing that part right now because it's just such an easy, quick switch up here. It's a 2-minute job. Main thing to do right now is, God, I don't even know. It's mudguard, rear fender, tank off, some light sanding. I haven't got any primer. I haven't got any black paint. Oh, for God's sakes. That can't be right. Come on. Just spent 55 quid on the float. And now you just stop like that. What the hell is going on? Is the fuel still on? I didn't switch it off, did I? No, it's still on. I can't just have a little piss when it feels like it. Oh no, look. So weird, guys. I mean, we've tested it. We've tested the actual thingy doesn't have a hole in it. So the float valve, see, it's close now. You can see it. It's kind of fighting with itself. See that? I reckon it needs the original valve. You know how much the original valves are, guys? 35 quid. 35 quid. I'm not sure I can do it. Right, let me pop this bad boy off. That was really sticky, that one. Did you see that? Let me pop this guy off, because you can see it's close. It's not completely spinning. It's kind of shutting off. Then it goes back. It's kind of shutting off. Then it goes back. You see that? So it's very close to being okay. Let me see what I've got. Jake left me some bits, so let me see if I've got any valves. That is a new valve though, guys, I'm telling you, it's brand new. But it's not an original Honda one. We've got to try and resolve this issue, guys. This is how the carb will sit on the bike. I think you're in frame. I can't really check. One moment. Yeah. Right, the carb sits on the bike like this, yeah? Fuel on, fuel flow. Floats lift. They stop the fuel. Ride the bike, they go back down, more fuel. Stop the fuel. So So you can see clearly there, guys, it's doing its job. That part is doing its job. What could possibly be going wrong in the bowl that's stopping it do its job? Yeah, I mean, I can't work it out, guys. I have to admit, I have no idea what's going on with this one. It just doesn't make sense to me. Some of the overflow there was coming from the bowl because I hadn't screwed it on, obviously. Let's chuck it back on again and see what happens. I don't really know what's going on with the carb there, guys. There are some systems, there's people out there who've done this work, completely done carbs, and they just constantly get overwhelmed by the constant fuel flow. So when you're running it, you have to tap on, and when you're not running it, you have to tap on. That off. That's what a lot of people do with these systems. If I could find a suction point anywhere on the engine, I could run a suction line, so I could get a new tap that use suction. That's the absolute perfect solution to this issue. It would only suck through as it was running, and then it would stop. But where would I get a suction from on this engine? There's no carb balancing hole, there's nothing coming out of the engine. Yeah, so I'm going to look into that. I'm going to fire it up, I'm going to connect up the throttle, fire this thing up. I might take it for a quick spin. Alright guys, carb's back on, it hasn't overflowed yet. I'm going to see if I can go for a little spin on this thing, get it kind of stretch its legs. rides beautifully, guys. Absolutely stunningly. Let's see if we have our overflow issue. I bet we do. I'm going to leave you there while I close the gate. Watch for the spill. Drove really well there, really well. There's not much left to do on this bike, surprisingly. Now that I've sealed all the gaps in the exhaust and stuff down there, it's really smooth. It's kind of ready, I can feel it's ready. What I'm going to do then is start taking bits off the rear little mudguard up there, and front mudguard and the tank, and then I'm going to start looking at just sanding them down ready for paint next week. It was quite comfortable there actually. You have to really grip the tank because of the seat angle, but I think that's because that's meant to go on top, isn't it? I might need to do something with that, maybe put a little block under it or something. I need to look and see if I can get whatever that is that's a bigger connection. Otherwise I'll need to keep that for a different project. But nice. So I'm just going to unbolt all this. I've got a bit of a crack in there. Unbolt. Prep, just smooth down, look all this, smooth it down as best as you can, prep it, ready for paint. The paint's going to be better, it might not be perfect, it's going to be better. And same down here. And then we're going to have a really nice kind of glossy black bike that's kind of just ready to go. The exhaust is going to be wrapped in the gold wrap that I've got down here, and it's going to be a bit ratty no matter what, this bike, but it will do the job. So guys, I was just hammering away at the bike, and I was just aware that I was doing it without filming. Basically I'm cleaning up these parts by sanding them and cleaning them, and I'm chucking on some hammerite. It's great, strong, rust-proof paint. It sits smooth enough. So that's the kind of look now, but I'm not sure, I'm going to try it. I think when it's fully dry in a couple of days, I can wet sand it maybe and buff it. I don't know how that works, I'm going to look into that. So I'm just doing the same one here. Let's be honest, it's a rough bike. That bit's not that important because they'll just look black and shiny. I don't want to spend 60 quid on paint for bits that just are never going to look great. I will buy the right paint for the tank though, and that's going to be the 2K black. And yes, we'll be looking at that next week. The hammerite isn't fuel proof, it's a shame. I probably wouldn't have mind doing that on this one, you guys, on this occasion, but yeah, it's not fuel proof, so no good for now. If you're doing an older bike like this one that's a bit rough, it's great paint, guys, and it protects for years. It goes on thick, it's rust proof, it doesn't chip off easily, really good stuff. So give that a shot if you're doing a project. Just brush it on, or you can roll it on nowadays, I think. And yeah, but not fuel resistant for the tank. Of course you could go over the top with fuel resistant lacquer from Halfords, or you could buy a 2K off eBay that you mix, like Nat did on his channel not long ago, and like I tried on that Bandit a couple of months back. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm going to continue with this, get it all smooth, get a thin coat of, well, a thick coat of hammerite on. So I'm going to start going hammerite crazy now, guys. I'm going to hit this with some because it's out and I've got a paintbrush. There's the mud guards. I think they look good. I think they look better. I'll hit them with some wet when they're fully coated. Definitely going to get some on this area and the springs just to tidy it all up. But yeah, I'm going to chuck some on the side panel and the other side as well. I see what someone was doing there, guys, stripping it back. It's such a hard process to get that to be shiny chrome. You actually need to send it off to a professional. Absolutely not worth the money. It's going black. And same on the other side. Get it back, it'll look nice. The whole bike will look much better. We're getting there, and we'll spend a bit more time on the tank next week. What do I do with the front light for this? No idea. So I've just sat here for ages going nuts with the Hammerite. That side casing's done. I mean, that's one coat. I don't know how many coats Hammerite needs. I've left the Honda bit a little bit touchy because I was going to try and use white in there, but I'm not sure how well that would go. Did this as well, might as well. It will probably need a second coat, but so far it looks good. Brake lever, nice and thick, Hammerite. This side casing, that's definitely going to need a second coat. I've put it on a bit thinner on this side. I felt like I was going too crazy. I might just do a coat on here on these. I think it's got it on anyway. I think this is probably Hammerite that's already on there. So I'll see. I'll give it a wipe. Maybe a quick coat. You don't want to go too nuts, but it's kind of too late for me. You guys have time, but it's too late for me. Definitely going to do a few bits around here just to help protect this with rust, from rust even, and then what? Then like the tanks next week. I'll order the paint in the week. Cool. This bit came out quite nice, I think. It's just one coat, remember? They might need a second coat as well. I'm wondering how wet sanding them and polishing them will turn out. I'm going to YouTube that, see if anyone's done that, out of curiosity. It looks okay anyway. I need to remind myself I need to order a new number plate, one that's legal. The black plate is not legal. That's for next week's MOT. Next week is Brave. Actually, it'll probably be the week after. And I may have to just order. I was meant to pop this off, weren't I? It don't look right down here. I've shown you this earlier. I'm going to have a good look at that. I'm going to have a good look at this cable because I don't know what's going on. Even when I drove this bike, I wasn't even watching. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with there. But because of the fitting problems, I might have to just order a generic one that's MPH. Something like this, but MPH. It's a shame someone went to that. That wouldn't have been right anyway. It wouldn't have been reading right even under KM, I don't think. Yeah. It looks alright, guys. It's getting there. It needs the front light done. I might chuck that back on in a bit. And it kind of is just getting there. Yeah, it's cool. I like it. I really enjoyed the last ride. It's got a brilliant stance. So while I'm waiting for the paint to dry, I just thought I'll mess around with some wiring. There's your first front indicator. It's on and wired up. That's all working well. I'll put the second one on now. Wiring should be fine. And ideally I'll throw the front light on so that that's just all done and dusted for now. That'd be cool. Yeah, slowly but surely. What do I need here? I need a new number plate. Does this have a light? Yeah, put a number plate down there, it's good. So a new number plate. I'll have to go to its close to the original size for MOT. I'll go one under. I've always got away with one under, which is great. So yeah, let's see how that goes. I'm going to keep messing with this wiring. Second indicator, chuck the light on, see if it all works. Try and neaten everything up now, all the wiring and stuff, because it's a bike now that starts on the button, so it's ready in that sense to be MOT'd. The brakes are great, the tyres are good, the gearbox works, everything's good in that sense. It is now neatening up and making functional. One thing I realised, the back indicators are wired wrong, so I need to kind of get in there again, which is a bit of a pain, but not the end of the world either. Pop the battery off. This little cover needs a bit of a sand and a paint anyway. And then I want to get this clean, maybe a touch of paint as well. So this is the nice part, guys. This is the beautifying part and the functionality part. It's been a nice day on this one so far. It really is one of my favourite bikes. So we got there in the end, guys, light-wise. It took a little while. Blew a couple of bulbs. Ignition on. Normal light. High beam. And these don't have flash, do they? No. Oh, do they? What's that? Oh, they do. Look, pass. Okay. But yeah, that's it. So that's good news. That's kind of one step closer. Did I show you indicators working? I'm not sure. Let's have a little look. Oh, it's the ignition on. Let's go front left, front right. There you go. And I'll sort the backs out probably now, actually. I blew a fuse and I was looking for the fuse box. This is the fuse box, or lack of. Obviously it was all tucked up back in there because I did that myself. But this is the only indicator working at the moment, so I need to kind of see what's going on there. So I'm going to have a quick look at that now. So just wrapping up the day, guys. We got a fair amount of paint done today. Rear mudguard, front mudguard, engine casings, and these bits here. This engine casing needs a second coat. I think I just rushed it a bit and it didn't level out as much. Also, I think some fuel dripped down it too early. So another coat on there next week. That's fine. We got the electrics done. They're wired up and done. They're all working. Indicators all round. Front light, main light, all works. All of that's good. I'm not sure if I'm using this. This is from the GS or something. The mileage is quite similar, actually. I'm not sure if the wire is working, so if it is, I might use it. I'll give it a good clean up, of course, and it will be kind of seated there somewhere. Might use it. It's a bit big for my liking, if I'm being honest, but it's sitting in there and it's got a nice shape. Maybe. Apart from the carb work is touchy. I don't know. It hasn't leaked since I took it off the second or third or fourth, whatever time it was. So that could be a good sign. It could just be sorted. For my reference, I need a normal number plate yellow, the right size. Well, I'm going to go one size down and hope they don't notice. And then it all needs to be put back together, and I need to paint the petrol tank gloss black in 2K. So we're good. We're looking good.